Welcome Technology Unknown. I'm Ryan, and this was not the first video I was meaning to make for this channel. But over the last few days, we've all heard stories about the National Public data breach that has released Social Security numbers and approximately 2.9 billion records affecting millions of Americans. So I wanted to make this video primarily for my family, but it's great information for anyone to have. So I felt like it was important to get this out before I really had plans for other stuff I was planning to do. For starters, who am I? Well, I've been in the IT industry for over 20 years, with a significant portion of that time being responsible for the data security of various businesses and individuals and helping them deal with a lot of these kinds of things. So this video is focused on simple and straightforward solutions that anyone can do to be effectively the baseline of stuff you want to do to protect yourself. This is in no means going to be everything you could possibly think of or the most in-depth and lock you down to no risk scenario, but it does get you a start and it does help protect you. So the first thing we'll do is see if our data has been breached, and there's two sites to check this out. The first one, npdbreach.com. This is one of the two sites that seem to be very valid for this. Put in your information and it will tell you if you are part of the National Public Data Breach. This one is done by Atlas Privacy, and this is one of the sites that the companies are saying, yes, use this as a way to look up your information. I hesitate to use a site that asks you for your social security number, but obviously that's one of the pieces of information that's been breached, and therefore a thing you can look stuff up by. So there's that option. The other option is a site, npd.pentester.com, and this is another site to give this a shot. It asks for a little bit less information and gives you pretty accurate results as well. Before we get too far in, everything I'm going to mention is going to need you to sign up for a service. And unfortunately, that means you have more data you're going to need to be putting out there. And one of the best rules and best ways you can protect yourself would be to have a unique password for every website that you have signed up for something for. You need to have a password manager. So there are two services out there. Now, I get nothing. I don't get $1. I don't have any connection with any of the companies I'm going to mention today, other than in some cases I am a customer. They don't know I'm making this. Though there are links in the description, those are links direct to the website. I do not have any sort of kickback coming my way. If you want to just type them in, it's the exact same result to me. So I do recommend a password manager. I do recommend every single service you sign up for has a unique password, because leaking a password that you might be using multiple places now puts all of those places at risk. And there are two common password management services that I do recommend, one or the other. The first one is Keeper Security, and the other one is 1Password. That's keepersecurity.com and 1password.com. Pick whichever one you prefer. They both do a fantastic job. I don't have a personal preference between them. Both of these services offer full family plans. So if you're looking for yourself and others, these family plans are relatively affordable. I believe that 1Password, I think, is slightly less expensive per month. These are monthly services. I think they bill them annually, but they list them as monthly. And we'll just do a quick double check here. Let's get rid of the message there. And yeah, the family plan from 1Password is $4.99 a month, paid annually, versus $6.25 a month, again, paid annually. So either one of these work fine. As you sign up for things on the websites, you save your password in there. And then when you go to these pages, it'll tell you, hey, I've got a saved password for you, and it autofills it for you, and you can have it on your phone and your tablet and all of these places. As someone who's been using a password manager for years, I can tell you, though it does take an extra second, it is not a problem and it is not difficult. And that's just a general recommendation to have. The next thing you do want to do is have some idea of what's going on with your credit. Annualcreditreport.com is the service recommended by the US government. You can get a free credit report once a year from them. You fill out your information and you get that, but that is the official one and it is free. You will have to sign up and fill out information and do all of those things, but it is free. Before you go through this, though, check with your bank or credit union. I know that for mine, I get regular credit reports from my credit union that does check against the three major credit agencies for my credit score, as well as what lines of credit I have open. So before doing that just contact your bank or credit union and see if they offer that as part of your membership with them. But again, annualcreditreport.com is free for you to check annually for your credit report. Knowing what's there helps protect you. The next major thing you want to do is freeze your credit. Now, in general, I would recommend doing this. The downsides of freezing your credit are very straightforward. One, it's not 100% guarantee that nobody's going to use your information to open a line of credit. That's true, and that is, a downside, but it's pretty good about it. The other downside is when you apply for credit, unless you unfreeze it, you won't be able to apply for credit because you've frozen it. And the third downside is you have to do it at all three major credit bureaus. But it's free, and the upsides are substantial. It makes it hard for someone to open credit in your name because it's already there. It's already locked down. It allows you control as to when you are getting more credit. So I do recommend it. The downside is you have to do this on all three, but the upside is totally worth it. And even if you aren't one of the people who is leaked by this, I would recommend freezing your credit unless you're in the middle of buying a house or applying for a credit card or something along those lines. So the first one I want to bring up here, this is Equifax. It's Equifax.com. And they hide this freezing your credit thing on their website because they want to sell you lots of stuff. So here we have the site, and we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. And all the way down here, almost completely to the bottom, place a freeze or place or manage a freeze. Click on that and go through the process. They walk you through it. They're going to give you reasons not to freeze your credit because it's not in their best interest to let you do that. But placing or lifting a freeze is completely free. They do not charge you for this, and I do recommend doing it. Click the place a security freeze. You do have to sign up with them. Hopefully you've got that 1Password or Keeper Security where it's going to go ahead and create a unique password for you. Save that information and place a freeze on your credit. The second of the major credit bureaus is Experian.com or Experian. And much like Equifax, you're going to have to scroll all the way down to the bottom and select the freeze right here, this security freeze option. Now, I believe because of the incident, I'm going to scroll back to the top for just a moment. Okay, yeah, they're trying to sell you something. Here's the thing. These sites are going to try and sell you something. I'm trying to get you set up as best I can with spending as little money as you can. Again, I get nothing from this, okay? But down here at the bottom of the page, there's a security freeze. Click that, create your new account, and freeze your credit with them as well. The third of these is TransUnion. Once again, they're going to want you to sign up for their credit monitor. They're going to want you to sign up for all these other things. Ignore it, go past it, scroll down. And just like Experian and Equifax, credit freeze right here, add a freeze, and go through the process. Again, have a separate password for each of these sites. You want to control this, you want to keep yourself safe. What we've done so far is not guaranteed to be 100%. It gets you what you need to do, and it protects you at a minimal level. This means that you have a unique password for your various websites when you go through and change those. And this means that when someone tries to apply for credit as you, well, it's going to be a lot harder on them. So I decided to stop the video now. It was getting a little longer than I wanted it to be. And we've covered the details that get you protected in case your data was leaked, or in case you're trying to prevent the basics of a leak in the future. So that gets us that taken care of. I will be releasing today a video talking about the next steps and things we can do to protect ourselves in the future. And that way we can go into those details a little bit. I appreciate your time. Please don't be afraid of what's happening here, but just know the actions you need to take and the things that you can do, because technology can be awesome. Technology can be amazing. And as long as we know what we're doing, we can protect ourselves. And hopefully in the future, my videos will be able to show that. Thank you for your time, and I hope you have an awesome day.